Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Final Fantasy Tactics. Last time we left off, we did Nelveska Temple, and I did find out one thing. I was basically looking at the list of the side quests that I've pulled up. Turns out you could get some unique equipment from that particular fight, and a lot of them might be like that. For the Curse of Nelveska, we could have gotten a Javelin 2, and a Scuccian 2, which is like the shield. I think these are like slightly upgraded versions of like a weapon and a shield. It also says you could get Sasuke's Blade and Nagnarok. So don't know. Okay, Nagnarok and then Sasuke's Blade. Yeah, and there's like very specific areas you could grab those items from on the map, basically. I don't know what a lot of these things are. Sasuke's Blade is apparently a ninja blade. So yeah, it looks like that's the only place you can actually get it in this version of the game. And then Nagnarok is a... Oh, interesting. Nagnarok is a sword. It only has 1 attack power, 50% block rate, and it can inflict an enemy with Toad. You can get those particular things from a different thing, but those particular items from a different thing. But yeah, let's go do our stuff. Go check out some things. We can just go ahead and do the next side quest, I believe.
You're interested then?
But let's see about these things.
Right then.
From start to finish, it was a glowing success.
A secret society requested that we follow 3 suspects believed to be spies that had infiltrated the organization. We determined that the spy was a certain Heckern Mauer, a man of 1 in 40 who had been lured by a rival group to turn traitor. Through his testimony, we learned the society had been trafficking in the plumes of the resplendent chocobo, an endangered variety. Along with Mauer, we searched their base, where we found enough evidence to take down the entire syndicate. We received a considerable reward.
We stuck together through...
I'd consider that.
Alright, cool.
An errand's over.
Letter d'amour.
Right then.
I am glad to report that the task was successful. It is a proud moment for us all.
The intended recipient of the Bard Edward's letter was Anna, the golden voice of Vorgilus. Although their work rarely allows the two to meet, they have exchanged love letters for years. We ensured this one too was delivered safely, much to the delight of both parties. A heartwarming errand, to be sure. I'm noticing there's like a little smudge on my glasses. Let me get that off. Fortunately, getting a smudge off of glasses always feels like such a painful endeavor, because oftentimes it just doesn't work. But, I'm getting there? There we go, I think that's better. Okay.
Truth be told, I'm a bit
That's not all, for we chanced
Saint
upon
Elmo's
this
fire?
fascinating artifact.
Elmo. These azure flames are said to cause spontaneous combustion in humans. As the phenomenon affects only those suffering from malady, Saint Elmo's fire is feared as the source of both. This just makes me think of the meme with Elmo on fire.
Fine treasure. I'd consider that.
You know the one. The, like, this is fine kind of meme. One of our merchant ships has run aground near Gledia. Yeah, yep. Always the vessels that we gotta dredge. I swear, this is like one of the most common things you can get as a quest. New errand?
Good day to you. Of course. Will that be all? You're interested then? Anything that come?
I don't know where that's available, but not here. So, let's go to Egros really quickly. Were there any other errands here? No. Alright. I guess we are getting out of here then. I want to head back to Gog. Of course. Let's just... Oh, there's Minimus. I guess we'll do this.
Who's going?
We can throw you dorks in here. We're definitely starting to hit the point where, yeah, some of these side quests are getting quite hard. I might have to grind for some of them. I still want to, you know, try to keep grinding to a minimum, but we're getting a little difficult here. But we'll see. We'll see. I believe Ivalice has a bunch of new stuff for me. When we came here last time. Yeah, we turned in, or we have 2, and then there's 1 more. Monsters have infested the small cave.
Right then.
The task was a wild success. We've every right to take heart from our showing.
The cave on the outskirts of Ivalice led through a complex narrow of tunnels to a vast underground lake. As we stared in awe across the water, we felt eyes upon our backs and turned to see a pack of red mooses? It's not mouses, that's like moose. Ready to pounce. As in moose like chocolate mousse. Like, you know, that stuff. To overcoming our foes, we saw an astonishing sight. The blossom of a whisperweed, a plant that blooms only once in several millennia. Could the monsters have been protecting it?
My sentiment.
I'd consider that.
Did we not take the whisperweed? Or at least, like, I don't know, a petal or something from it?
An errand's been complete.
Alright.
Right then.
The task was a resounding success. So much so that I can barely contain my excitement.
The Blackjack, a famous casino ship beloved of many a mobile, oh yeah, noble, not mobile. This was the gambling one. Had docked in Ivalice, and we sneaked aboard, hoping to try our luck with a few bets. The ship is the venue for all manner of games of chance and is popular with many gamblers. The information we received in the tavern suggested that one of the games on the starboard side had been paying out quite generously, and we set out to find it. And we must have, because we returned with healthy winnings. The owner of the ship, a man of 27, named Setzer, told us he plans to continue providing his brand of entertainment to the world despite the ongoing unrest. Wow, I didn't even recognize, because when I did a lot of these side quests and stuff back in the day, I hadn't actually played Final Fantasy VI to completion before. I'd played it a little bit when I was like way younger. But yeah, Setzer. That's cool. So yeah, it's Setzer's the Wandering Gambler. That's a fun little reference.
Will we achieve?
I'd consider that.
That is a fun one. Love is in the air. Please take this letter to my beloved who lives in Ivalice.
Who'd you have in mind?
These 3.
How many days will you allow for this work?
They have 1,000 JP now.
Will that be all? Thank you.
They've been doing this stuff that long. But yeah, that's fun that there's a Setzer reference in here.
The spirit.
Can I find an inventor in GOG named Edward? Possibly someone that has an auto crossbow? Bum, bum, bum.
You don't suppose the orrery will metamorphose as well, do you?
We'll soon know.
We're collecting a lot of Auracite at this point.
Father's mercy!
Hello.
What is this place? Who am I?
Ah, don't worry. You're just suffering from a little bit of Mako poisoning. It's fine.
I was swallowed by a current. A great stream, and then... Damn it, I can't remember.
Hey there.
I recall reading something like this in a volume long ago. An interdimensional transporter.
Alright, we brought you from Final Fantasy VII. I mean, Setzer didn't even need that to get here. So, what does that insinuate? Does that insinuate that Final Fantasy VI somehow takes place in Ivalice? Because... obviously, Final Fantasy XII does, but I think that's the only other game that specifically mentions that, yeah, it takes place in Ivalice. But Setzer's just here, so... and I'm pretty sure Ivalice is not the world of Final Fantasy VI, but it's probably just a fun Easter egg.
And what, pray tell, is that?
A device for teleportation across dimensions, across the very fabric of time and space.
Then, the man before us hails from a world beyond our own.
Like as not. Behold his manner of dress.
Yeah, no, look at the weird clothes he wears.
My name is... Cloud. Yeah, that was it.
I mean, when I was a kid, this was the wildest thing. Like, this is one of those moments that was just like, what? When you're a kid, you're like, that's crazy. You know, you're freaking out. I remember when I saw my brother do this and he showed me Cloud was on his team, I was like, what? That's craziness. But yeah, it's Cloud. Hey, Cloud.
I am Ramza, and my companions are Mustadio and...
Can you bring Red 13 to see us? Also, how did Aerith get here?
I'm not interested in your names. What I need is a battlefield.
Ah, because you're a soldier and you want to prove yourself. Soldier first class. You know, you want everybody to know it.
That's right. I was a member of Soldier.
Uh-huh.
Has he no manners at all?
What is this? Tingling in my fingertips.
I think that's like carpal tunnel or something, friends. But also, God, I recognize that sound effect of Cloud like kneeling down, and that sound effect that happens so much in Final Fantasy VII.
In my eyes. They burn. No, stop! Sephiroth!
Yeah, I know. I gotta get you to your next game that you cameo in with Sephiroth. We gotta get you to Kingdom Hearts, don't worry. We'll get you there.
Let's keep your distance. That man is not stable.
I mean... yeah. Honestly, given the events of Final Fantasy VII, yeah, he's really not. Honestly.
I have to go. I have to get there.
Where are you going? Nibelheim? The crater? Golden saucer? Bye!
What do you suppose that was all about?
I mean, honestly, if we got Aerith, that would be sick, because Aerith would be a great healer. That was always just the funnest thing. What fun.
A warm welcome.
No new things there. Alright, we do have the 2 things in process, so... I don't think there's anything at Zolland.
Welcome. You're interested.
No, nothing at Zolland. But Dorter we're done with. Minimus, we finished off your quest.
Welcome. That's the spirit. You've some new... Right then.
I am glad to report that the task was successful. 'Tis a proud moment for us all.
Count Minimus, famed in Dorter for his significant annual contributions to local monasteries, found himself unable to open the door to his mansion. By our estimations, newly added fittings of solid gold had rendered the door too heavy to open. The Count's overindulgence was surely to blame, but few would argue that the pursuit of beauty comes at a great cost. After many efforts to prise open the door, we eventually succeeded, much to the Count's delight. Though he is certainly out of touch with reality, we could not help but think of the philanthropic Count as one of the few beacons of hope shining out from the corruption that runs rife within the nobility.
This calls for a
Adding to our fortunes,
Ooh.
we even found a rare treasure. Curious, ain't it?
The momentous events described in this book, if true, hold the potential to rewrite the pages of history. It documents the life of a woman now all but forgotten. Oilvert. I recognize that name. Is that like the name of a town in like Final Fantasy IX? Oilvert. Yeah, it is. Oh my god, it super is. Wow. Wow. Wow, I just knew that. I knew it was from a Final Fantasy, and I was like, I think it's Final Fantasy IX. Yeah, it's one of the places you go in Final Fantasy IX. God, I love Final Fantasy IX. My absolute favorite Final Fantasy, by the way. Okay.
Fine treasure you found there. I commend you.
I thought I recognized that name. Jeez.
Anything else? Come.
That's a fun one to realize.
to you.
More
Nice to
Minimus. The door to my cellar has been blocked by an aggressive fiend known as a trap door. Valuables I store there may be safe from robbers.
Who's
Okay,
going?
so back on your bullshit, Minimus.
How long will you permit?
This is why I thought
Anyone
these were like repeating quests,
Anything
because
else?
they were all just like the same thing. He doesn't understand how doors work. Alright.
Good day to you. Want to earn some gil? Use
Foundered
some-
vessel.
'Twas glorious, spectacular. Our efforts were rewarded many times over.
Another ship ran aground off Galedia Isle, some 40,000 domes into the inlet of Riavanis. The ship was the Delphi, a large trading vessel owned by East Gable Merchantry. which we managed to refloat. As the ship was unregistered, the port guards conducted a routine search when we returned and discovered a large quantity of illegal narcotics worth some 70 million gil. The merchant company is currently under criminal investigation and we received a small reward.
Tis almost.
I'd consider that.
Only 12,000
Will that be
for
fine?
that big of a drug bust? I don't know. I think we earned more than that, if I'm gonna be real.
Welcome.
Anything
That's
here?
the spirit.
The diving expedition. Yep. Quick fortune.
sending?
Diving. I might as
How long
well
will you permit
send
for
our
the
characters
cleaning?
off. We're getting there on
Who's
finishing
going?
these things up, honestly.
How many days?
Here you go.
Will that be fine?
Okay. So that's all well and good. Get out of my way. Free city of Bravania.
You're interested then?
Adventurers wanted.
On errands
Yeah,
out.
searching for
Right
ancient
then.
wonders.
We've returned and have good news to share. The job was a success beyond our wildest dreams.
The Vascons are an unusual group of adventurers exploring regions previously untouched by man and then compiling their experiences into book form for inquisitive city dwellers. As their notoriety has grown, so have their numbers, but the captain's natural leadership ability allows her to easily coordinate their efforts. She recorded every detail of our journey, from the first step to the successful discovery of an ancient wonder. We look forward to reading it later and hopefully our name's in print.
'Twas the day.
As fate would have it,
Phantom
Even chanced
Train!
upon a strange location.
Oh my god, more Final Fantasy VI references. Like I said, I couldn't pick up on all of these references when I was younger. There's probably even references to earlier Final Fantasy games that I just wouldn't pick up on. Like Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, I haven't played many of those as much. I've played 2 a fair amount, weirdly, which is interesting because a lot of people don't like 2, but... The Phantom Train became so known for its primary purpose during an ancient age of war, the transported battalions of the ghastly enthralled, a race of artificial monsters. It is also called the Chariot of the Damned. It also can get absolutely blitzed by Sabin and get suplexed.
Another. I'd consider that.
Thank you. I bet my eye teeth that what I saw up on that mountain was one of those ancient wonders. Not seen alt like it in my life. Of course, I got spooked and ran, but I saw enough. They was ruins, all right. There's ruins in these hills. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Actually, do a mission. Why don't we? Leave me be. All right. Trade City. This might be another really hard one. We'll see. Salgidos. I want to say there's a very good chance this will be difficult. Because, I think I remember this. We'll see, though.
To me.
Gonna put you over here. Agrius, you're definitely in. Rafa or Mustadio. Honestly, if I can only put 4, I think it's gotta be Rafa.
Forward.
Alright, let's see. Okay, so there's Cloud. And there's Aerith.
A flower for a gill, sir? Is something the matter? You look as though you've seen a ghost.
No. It's nothing.
Oh, it's not actually Aerith. Interesting. It just bears a striking resemblance. That makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense. It is weird to see a flower girl that looks exactly like
well,
her.
Then. Good day to you, too.
Yeah, a little rude. Oh, God.
What do you want?
We've been searching for you, Aerith.
Oh, it is Aerith. Okay, never mind. It is straight up Aerith.
Thought you'd kicked away, eh? Hawking flowers for your mum again today, I see. Such a dear girl.
Is there just an Aerith that also exists in Ivalice with, like, basically the same story, selling flowers in the slums that she grows in a church?
Please, just 10 more days. Even just a week is all I need.
We set the date, and the date's long past. You'll make good on that guilt here and now. All 30,000 as we lent you.
Let me go!
You know, now as I look at you, you're quite the rum duchess. If you're looking to make a quick gill, there are easier ways than selling flowers, you know.
Yeah, I can beat the shit out of all of you and give your money to her, you stupid creepy piece of shit.
Get your hands off of her.
What'd you say?
I said, get your filthy hands off her.
Yeah, Cloud.
I'd not be talking to me like that, pretty boy. Might be you should get blood on them fancy riggings of yours.
Run! Now!
You whoreson! You just earned yourself a good drubbing!
Ah, Horson. Yeah, I'm used to hearing that in The Witcher, not this.
You wanna fight?
We have heard it once before, though. Are you giving me the finger, or... Oh, I think you're just, like, putting your fist up in the air, doing, like, a Rosie the Riveter pose.
Ah! My head!
Yeah, I know. Those migraines are painful, aren't they?
What's this now? All that snarling, but you've got no stones.
Cloud, are you alright?
Don't know how we tracked you
What?
down.
Twice be damned luck. Come on, boys!
They're gonna steal my shit, aren't they? So, yeah, this is the pain. I have to protect Cloud for this mission. And that's not ideal. That's not ideal whatsoever. You have 366 HP, you have a Thief's Cap, Feather Weave Cloak, you also have the Materia Blade. The sword belonging to Cloud, the Extraplanar Wanderer. It was designed for members of Soldier, allowing them to fight to their full potential. It looks nothing like the Buster Sword. So, evidently you have not talked to Angeal yet. But, yeah, it's, you know... It's a, you know, you have limit, soldier drop command, harnesses power, push to limits to unleash devastating strikes. Unit must be equipped with a Materia Blade, a special weapon. You also have Shira Hidori. Units, yep, same as your bravery value, which is 70, which is pretty damn good, honestly. Alright, luckily Agrius can go. So we can get Agrius in here to do some damage. Air Knife. You have that, of course. Air Knife. Yeah, a lot of them just have, like, steel and stuff. Rune Blade, Counter Tackle, Beastmaster. Luckily it's just, like, Squires and stuff, so it's not too terrible. Wait, did that one say it had black magic? No, white magic, okay. That makes way more sense. Alright, Agrius, get in there. We are going to Hallowed Bolt these nerds. Nice.
Right then.
Yeah, hit me, please. Not my armor. Oh my god, stop trying to steal my shit. Cross Slash. You have to charge it? I love Cross Slash. It has a chance to stop enemies. Or it does in 7. I don't know if it's technically called stop there. I think it is. I think it's still called stop. Okay, this seems like it might not be too bad of a battle, honestly. If you could parry that or get an auto potion, that would be great. Oh god, it was the weak auto potion. Okay. We're gonna want to hit these nerds, probably, with one of these. 70 apiece? I'll take it. Hopefully this actually works out. Yep, that's the thing. Only 50 damage, though. Okay. How much damage are you going to be doing, Ramza? 325. It's pretty good. 215 to this fool. What about you? Not quite enough to kill. What about you? Especially since you're the one that can cast black magic. Yeah, I think this is the one I want to hit, then. Ugh. What a disgusting dodge. Wonderful. Ow. That be a dead Agrius. God, Arithmetic is just not a class you want to use in actual fights. Amado? Thank you. Or First Strike, rather. There we go. Alright. Target CT. Multiple of 5. Wait. What? I can cast anything from all... What? Oh, that's wild. I didn't know it works like that. Holy shit. Wow. Oh my god. Lazara? That would hit all of them. Oh wow, that is weird. We can hit allies though, so I do have to be careful there. Okay, I can kind of see how this can be busted. I can just hit everybody with a holy? I can't even see how much damage it does is the main problem. I mean, okay, let's look into potentially... That's the best a Firaga does? Oh my. How about a flare? That's it. Okay. Yeah, not really worth doing that then, huh? Can I target raise? How does this work? How is that going to work? Oh my god, that's so weird. That is so weird, but it's so cool. Okay, okay, that's wild. Absolutely crazy. Wait, it doesn't even use MP? Oh my god. Yeah, later, idiot. Okay, Aura Blast is a little scary. Nope, we're fine. That's craziness. What a just wild class. Huh. That's fun. That's really fun. That makes it very good for a mage, for like a white mage, actually. The ability to just revive people, and it didn't even seem like it had a chance to succeed or not. There you go. Honestly, would love to... I wish I knew how much damage that Kotetsu would do. I don't think it's enough to kill, like, any of them, so I think my best bet is to just do this. There you go. Okay, that worked. I could do a Divine Ruination? Okay, it's not going to hit that character. Unfortunate. Judgment Blade? No. Elevation difference. Hallowed Bolt, though. No, also elevation difference. Alright, we'll just hit these two this way. There you go.
I'm up.
Alright, Cloud. It looks like we might actually survive this, friend. Yeah, I was about to say, that's not gonna go very well for you. Alright. Cast, Cure on yourself, and run away. That might kill you. Okay, you're alive. How about we, destroy your helmet? No? Okay. I was gonna see if I could let some of these, bodies, show up, but no. Doesn't look like that's going to be working out for me. I'll just kill you. Okay.
I've lost someone. Someone important.
Cloud?
I haven't been myself since. Who am I now? What should I do? How can I stop this pain?
Okay. It's kind of interesting to think about when exactly this takes place, because obviously this happened after you met Aerith, and I'm guessing based off of what you're talking about, after a very specific event too.
Cloud, there are people waiting for you back in your world, am I not right? With the power of another stone, we may be able to return you there.
Let's go, Ramza. I can't stay here. I have to get there. To the Promised Land.
The Promised Land. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they're talking about... Yeah, they're talking about things. Alright, welcome to the party. You cannot add any more units. Yeah, I'll dismiss some Chocobo. Don't worry about it. Get out of here, you. I'm sorry your eyes are full of sadness, but, the Chocobos, they're like rabbits, you know? They just keep making new ones. So, we gotta get rid of some of these. Here we go.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome, Cloud. Side story concluded. Alright. We got Cloud. Go ahead and get up here, you nerd. We'll put you above Reese. See myself having a higher chance of actually using you. So you do come with the Materia Blade. That is interesting. I think before... I remember having to find this. Like, I think you have to use, like, move find item to find it somewhere, is what I thought. But, apparently that's different. Maybe they just gave it to you. But, yeah, Braver. Cross Slash. Blade Burst. Dealing damage based on one's HP loss. Harnesses push to the limits to unleash blade energy at a distant unit. Dealing damage based on the target's HP loss. Calling down meteorites to deal damage to distant units. Meteor Rain. Finishing Touch. Inflicting instant KO, stun, or stop. And Omni Slash. Harnesses power, push to the limits to unleash an ultimate attack. Dealing damage to distant units. Cherry Blossom. Harnesses powers, push to the limits to unlock the mightiest of limit attacks. Dealing damage to distant units. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you've got some fun stuff, Cloud. I would maybe consider using you. Just because I haven't ever, really, before, if I'm being honest. Also, you're level 41, which is kind of handy. But at least we have another person to throw into combat should we want to, like, train up Mustadio or anything now. But yeah, I think you used to have to get Cloud's weapon. I believe that was the case. Let's see. Oh, what may come as a surprise is that limited abilities in this game are actually magic-based, so you have to stack magic attack. But they're not modified by faith values. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. That's cool. So, that's what that's all about. So, Cloud would need to be a magic attack user, which seems kind of weird. You do have the Featherweave Cloak, which seems amazing, so we're gonna go ahead and take that off of you. Increases agility, speed, makes you immune to immobilize and disable. Probably gonna be jacking that off of you as well. Oh god, that was bad phrasing. I'm going to be stealing that off of you. Jacking that from you would have been a better way to put it. We're going to give you the Thief's Cap, because my god, do you need it. So that is good. What else do I want, though? Maybe you, Rafa, can take the Featherweave Cloak, because, yeah, that's crazy good. Enjoy that. But yeah, we have Cloud. Like I said, you did come with your weapon, which is kind of a shocker to me. You, funnily enough, would not want that on. You would want this on. What a weird class that it rolls off of magic. It's weird that it rolls off of magic. You're also a level 8 samurai. You just come with Shirahidori by default. That's a weird one. Black Mage is probably what I would want you to be. Because you could get access to, like, increased magic damage and stuff like that. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see is all I can say on that front. Let's read a little bit.
New discoveries awaiting even the most dog-eared of tomes.
So, did I ever actually read Mesa's Musings? I don't think I did. Your prognosis, Hyman? Can we shake them? What is this, an airship? Can't make any promises, but I'll do my damnedest, sir. Litzer, be on the lookout. Understood! Come all this way, it cannot end here. Or we've come all this way. The Hero King. What is happening? This must be just like an in-depth story. The Gloria. This beauty was passed down to me by my late father. She was built utilizing the most advanced technology of the time and has seen us through our most ambitious adventures, some of which likely qualified as too ambitious. The years of wear and tear eventually resulted in us turning her in for repairs. We had her fitted with enhancements. While on the outside she remains the same, she is now a beast of a different nature. The latest surge of innovations has allowed us to not only increase our output by 30 times, but do so on 1/10 of the fuel. The Gloria is our most trusted friend and ally. As our crew members, who have grown tenfold over the years, have come to say, she is the ship that will carry us to the skies of freedom. 1.5 decades have passed since I left my homeland of Valtheim behind. Despite my very best efforts, I have explored but a fraction of what the vast world has to offer. The love of adventure is something I inherited from my father. It has taken me to many places and lined my pockets with gold and other treasures beyond compare. It was never for material gain, however, that I traveled. My journey continues simply because I cannot rest until I find Calixthuahan, the city of gold. Calixthuahan. The X in it definitely makes me think that's a very Aztec thing, but yeah, City of Gold, I more so think of El Dorado, and I'm not, that maybe that is that, but that sounds like a very Aztec name. I must accomplish what my father could not. A woman's distress of voice traveled through the voice pipes. Captain Rickson, please report to the bridge post-haste. What's happened, I asked. We'll soon be arriving at the Lankum Islands, sir. Excellent, I'll be right there. Quickly throwing on garments, I dashed down to the lower levels where the bridge was located. Is this going to be like the chocobo racing one I did? Thank you for coming on such short notice, Captain. Litzer's voice reverberated through the bridge's voice pipes. Litzer is our head of surveillance and operates our Magitech radars. Magitech! This could be in Final Fantasy VI. Our main task is to keep watch of the surrounding skies and the grounds below for anything usual. Maybe it's a Skies of Arcadia reference. Ah. Is that what you wish to show me? On the expansive seas that unfolded before us, I spotted islands the size of grains of rice upon the horizon. Yes, we finally made it. 3 years and 5 months have passed since we began this journey. Surprised I managed to get us this far. You got us this far? Ha! I'm the reason this ship stayed aloft for as long as it did. That's Hyman, our pilot. This is Abdul, our engineer. Without their support, it would have been impossible to come this far. Congratulations, Chief! Cannon, our weapons specialist, entered the command room with a clamor. I first came across Cannon in Vathek, where we had stopped to refuel. He was being assailed by a group of men who had downed one pipe too many. I stepped in to defend him, and he has called me Chief ever since. Shortly after that incident, I brought him aboard the Gloria to replace one of our artillerymen. As for his skill, let's just say he's improving daily. It's a tad early for congratulations, Cannon. After all, this is just the beginning. What? Just the beginning? Oh, that's right. There's something I forgot to tell you. According to the notes my father left behind, Calixthuahan, the city of gold, resides nestled amongst these islands, the Lankum Islands. In the ancient tongue, Calixthuahan means man of gold. According to legend, it was the name of a king that once presided over one of the Lankum Islands. It is said this island was blessed by the gods themselves, for their mountains abounded in gold. Calixthuahan was the one to begin excavating these riches. Through large-scale mining operations, he gained abundance enough to build an empire. Their nation was awash with wealth. Everything from tiny everyday goods to luxury items was made of gold. This abundance, however, soon drew the attention of the Ronkins. The city that once flourished during the Middle Ages soon fell under their imperial rule. Or so it would go in the child's fable, The Tales of Dumoon. And where this narrative ends, my father's begins. In his notes, he describes what he learned about the City of Gold through his travels. Near the end of our journey, we landed at a small fishing village to replenish our supplies. There I met a man at a local tavern who claimed to be Calix Thuahan's last descendant. I was listening to him with only half-hearted enthusiasm, since he was known as something of a fabulist in town. After a while, however, the discussion took a rather interesting turn. He told me that shortly before Calix Thuahan was overthrown by Ronka, they sealed the entirety of their wealth within a pair of stone gates. I hid it all in one piece. 4 royal retainers, now known as the Blackguard, saw the deed done. Each had something called a keystone, and they are the only thing that can now break the seal upon the gates. All 4 keystones must be placed into the lock, or as he referred to it, the cassive. Doing so will cause the stone gates located somewhere in the Lankham Islands to open. Acting on a hunch, I mentioned to the elderly man that I had obtained something resembling this key from the Tower of the Dead. Upon revealing it to him, tears began to well in his eyes. "La la bebe," he whispered. It was as though the word of the people of Calix Thuahan used to praise their gods, slipped unconsciously from his mouth. Hearing it made my blood sing. This man was no fabulist, he spoke the truth. Somewhere in the Lankham Islands, behind closed gates, the riches of Calix Thuahan slumber. It is no doubt a treasure beyond reckoning. Yet it is not of love of gold that drew me into this pursuit. Generation after generation of seasoned treasure hunters have tried and failed to learn the whereabouts of this place. Simply hope to be the one to finally unravel the mystery. The road there is long and winding. Mayhap if I am unsuccessful, I will have to leave such dreams to my progeny, who will have access to faster and more streamlined airships. Thus, finding the City of Gold fell to me, his son. With rapid advances in technology in recent years, the power to achieve this dream is within my grasp. Okay. That's probably where I would want to stop for now. And we can come back to this next time. Oh, it doesn't let you, like with the other one. I see. Cannon, who was hearing the story for the first time, stared at me with a bewildered look in his eye. It was abundantly clear— oh wait, no, you can. I just had to finish the text. It was abundantly clear that he had been unaware of our true objective for traveling to the Lankham Islands. While I am partially to blame for the confusion, I would be willing to bet good Gil that Abdul also provided our artilleryman with some rather misleading facts. Okay, yeah, let's stop reading for now.
Gathered within.
But yeah, we can read that and then oil verts at another time. But yeah, hope you've enjoyed this episode. I'll see you next time for some more.